What is up, everybody? It's Silververse here today, and apparently somebody found footage of this Horizon Forbidden West, the state of play footage versus the actual retail results, and the visuals is very shocking about how what they showed originally at the state of play event compared to what we got doing a retail copy of this game. It's like a night and day difference, and which one looks a lot better. The state of play version looks a lot better than the retail one, but let's get into the video, and you can see what I'm talking about right here.
It's not until we arrive to the underwater scene that things start to change drastically. After diving underwater, the demo reveals a gorgeous underwater coral reef, filled with brightly colored undersea life, brought out further by a luminescent blue glow. But in the retail build, no matter what time of day is selected, it's impossible to generate the same results. This location is much darker now, with the details along either side of the reef hidden in shadow. As Avery swims out to the
They look the same game. Looks completely night and day different.
Here, there was a lot of activity, with large schools of fish swimming in the distance, significant plant life, and a strong current moving in the direction of the church. But in the retail build, there's no current. These currents exist in the game, but this particular one has been removed.
Yeah, so this is definitely a night and day difference right here. There's one version, the Sony Play version looks like you might see like a Caribbean crab singing a whole musical to Under the Sea, while the other version looks like you might have to get a shot from diving in that water for it just being so dirty. So definitely looks like a 9-day difference here. I'm not feeling how Sony just completely, or I guess really just did a whole bait and switch. They made it look so magical and beautiful with this version, but then the retail version looks all dark and dirty and damp and whatever. But from what I've heard from people who have played this game, they say the visuals are quite nice in this game, but this is just completely ridiculous how they just completely changed how the visuals look. They completely downgrade how the visuals look, but I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous how they can show something at this one event, make it look real nice, but then the final retail version, it looks a lot worse than what they actually shown. I mean, a drastic difference between. I'm not saying it was a slight difference, but this looks drastically different. So that feels like a whole bait and switch right here. So let's see what people have to say about this right here. I guess this is the video is from somebody comparing the reveal from the actual set of play event. Okay. This is not me defending Horizon Forbidden West. From my experience, the former may have been showcased on a dev kit, which isn't constrained until game data is emulated for the consumer model. Things are typically scaled back because the consumer model is underpowered. This may be the case here. Then this guy says, bro, the image on the right is more realistic. More realistic. Okay, so that's his defense. With the lighting, you're trying hard out here. Really? And it's definitely a 9-day difference. And like this guy says, stop it. Video games are about escapism. Everybody would pick the left over what's seen on the right, even you. Yeah, I don't know who would pick the one on the right. I don't know who picked the one on the left. That one looks terrible. Yeah. People would pick the state of play one over the retail is what I'm trying to say. Nobody picked that. Nobody would pick out a retail one. It looks horrible. Sony is deceitful again. Shocker. That's why they hit the free PS4 to PS5 upgrade. Definitely pretty scumbaggish about that too. You have to go like to a web browser down with the PS4 version to get the PS5 upgrade. Make sure you couldn't upgrade the version until release date. Let's see. The fans eat up anything that's fed to them. It's supposed to be a 97 Metacritic. Okay. I'm glad that more YouTubers are calling out deceptive practices of Sony. Not just Sony, many games uses PC builds to showcase their games to make them look as good as possible. If that's true, a lot of these people do that. They should definitely not do that because that's definitely misleading right there. Downgrade achievement unlocked. Confirmed. Okay. This is embarrassing, deceitful marketing practices, but they will defend it anyway. Yeah. He states in the video that sure lighting had changed, had some assets moved around, but it was largely what's promised and even improves upon in some ways. This cherry picking needs to stop. So you're not going to admit that some of the water in this game looks super mid? Yeah. It's like, how are you going to tell me that the retail version looks a lot better than the state of play version? Like, anybody can tell you that the state of play version looks a lot better, but okay. Wow, not even Watch Dogs was this bad. Let's see. Bait and a switch downgrade confirmed. Typical Sony smoke and mirrors. Lying has no limits. LMFAO, this is why these games need to be on PC day one, not to mention this game is cross-gen. Yeah. I'm definitely a component for these games being on PC day one. Only people who really care about this game not being on PC day one are like Sony fanboys. I don't think everybody else really cares if it's on PC. Especially you got the visuals looking like that. It's like, I think people want the best visuals, especially for these games, these current games. So definitely just get a PC release day one, in my opinion. Remember this green machine? Remember the green machine in the woods and the crab on the beach in the June 2020 gameplay trailer? Where are they in the final game? I don't know what he's referring to, but if you do know, you can see he's asking that question. Where are they at? Ubisoft downgrade level. I like it more now, so it's an upgrade. Really? Oh man. Downgrade City. They severely massacred the quality. When we said we are fanboys, it needs a journalist or YouTuber to do it, which they might or not do for reasons, for they to acknowledge the situation. Yeah. So anyway, with another finesse, effing hell. Yeah, let's call it downgrade, fam. Yeah, it continues to show that the game should have been in the oven longer. Sony is just playing their fans. And the underwater controls are horrible. Don't people get mad at Xbox for stuff like using PCs for the best look of a game? Watch Dogs 1 got killed for its downgrade. Why not this? Yeah. Watch Dogs was insane. They made that game look like it was like unrealistic levels of graphics, but then we got the actual retail version. It was definitely downgraded by a lot. Worst downgrade ever. I paid $20 for this game. Bait and switch. No different than that magical SSD. What's crazy though is the retail version looks way better. What are these people talking about? Let me look. Maybe I'm missing something. This is the third person who said the retail version looks a lot better. Let me look at it again. This does not look better in the slightest. What are you talking about? This looks so much colorful enough so you can actually see like the different colors and everything, while this one just looks completely dark. This looks terrible. Are you kidding me? No way this looks better. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. That was the third comment that said that nonsense too, so I don't know what they're talking about. The retail version looks a lot worse. Let's see. And other ponies got so mad when I said this game was downgraded. Pretty disappointed, not gonna lie. So it's exactly the same, but made it look more realistic with less light underwater. How is this a negative? Vegetation still there, schools of fish still there. No current, less light. Seems like an artistic decision to me. Sounds like Puddlegate 2.0. Guy even says it looks better. Exactly the same, but contradicts what exactly the same means. No, it's not. Yeah, if it's exactly the same, you can't make a different parallel in the next following statement. So yeah, it's not exactly the same. These guys will literally defend whatever Sony does at this point. Jeez, you really have nothing better to do now, or are we on current gate? State of lies. Could be wrong, but I think the time of day might be dynamic. Your posts like your family don't pay attention to you. Okay. Please, Phil, give your Xbox fans some games already. They're getting desperate now. Clearly, you are new to video games, and while stuff like this is in almost every game, retail versions are usually different from the trailers or gameplay showings. I don't know if that's true. I know a few games, by example, but a majority of the games doing that, that's very deceitful and deceptive at that point. It's like, I'm not behind that notion if that is true or not. If that's true, I'm not feeling that. Like, you're gonna show a product at like one of these different showcases, and like showing us the best visual, like it looks like amazing visually. Then you get like the final retail version. It's completely different. It's not as great visually. I don't agree with that practice right there. So, I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. Let's see. Maybe the one with the state of play was made by powerful PC. Everyone does that. If this was Xbox, it would be all over the place. Yikes, ripped off. It's a scam. False deceptive marketing from Sony as usual. No wonder they suddenly announced their PSVR 2 headset design today. They want to take people's attention away from the issues and lies around the horizon. Wow. Well, this is ridiculous. Uh, we never believed that dumb us. The day a PlayStation game ever looked that good would be in a donkey's dream. Effing knew it. I knew the Underwater would look as good as the BSers. So you proved that it was the same but different daytime. Xbox are hard at work. Oh man. Let's see. These followers are toxic. Perpetual light on Aloy removed already explained by Digital Foundry, but since y'all don't follow gaming news, on a side note, trying to act like it doesn't look good today while you have no game coming close is pretty lame. Wait for games hurt you. Why do you keep saying Xbox has no games? That's so stupid. Like, once again, a big game comes to Xbox this week. Well, it's a multi-platform Elden Ring, so I mean, it's a game right there that's coming out, but okay. Y'all desperately need some games ASAP. I don't know why does he think everybody's just hating, like just because you prefer Xbox, you're just hating. There's like obviously a night and day difference right here. It's definitely different visually. And I guess they don't have a problem with that. I guess they're fine with them seeing one of these showcases like a state of play, and the visuals look extremely amazing. When you get the actual retail product, it looks nothing like what they've shown in this showcase right here. Damn, don't at its finest bait and switch. Okay. I told ponies not to say anything about the state of play graphics. I knew it was going to get a downgrade. They always do. Yeah, this has to stop. Didn't anyone learn from the old showing of Watch Dogs? I was thinking this game was going to pop on my OLED. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, though. I believe The Witcher 3 did the same thing, but this was still excellent and gorgeous at the time. So he says, here he goes again, just because you have a crappy TV and can't get the proper HDR tones like the state of play. Doesn't mean it's a developer's fault. Get a good TV, dude. So how are they blaming this guy? This guy who made the video and showed the differences. It looks night and day difference, but okay. Yeah. Regular practice of Sony is the presentation of games since always. This gen was not going to be any different. That's why I'm always skeptical of the gameplay companies showing the game presentations. Yeah. So I guess you can't even trust these the conclusions. You pretty much can't trust these gameplay showcase visual representations of what they're showing off, because it can always be a bait and switch. So that's why you should just go buy like the actual review copy at this point, because this is kind of depressing, to be honest. Cause like people are just expecting to be lied to at this point. Like they're just okay with being lied to, because it's like apparently from the comments I'm seeing, the Sony guys are just okay with being lied to. They're okay with the visuals for like the showcase version be a lot better than the actual retail version. It's like they're okay with it, and they'll make any excuse for it. So definitely ridiculous in my opinion. It definitely looks a lot different than actual state of play version, but like a lot of these Sony guys say, they're okay with it, which I just don't understand, but it is what it is. I definitely want to see your comments about this down below. Do you think this game has been downgraded? Some people say it's like an artistic effect. I don't know. It's just nonsense to me, but I definitely want to see your opinions down below. Leave a like if you like this. If you like this video, it's always just for watching, and peace.